Hey, good evening. It's Saturday, May 13th, and welcome to Everyday Talks 24/7. Really great to have you along tonight. As we end up this week, I want to go back to just one small section of Psalm 46, because it brought such comfort to me, and I want to end the week with that thought. Because we've been talking about the power of God, the grace of God, how we can know His peace in our heart. But it really comes down to what is our bottom line in terms of God's faithfulness to us. Because we live in a crazy world. Actually, it's always been crazy to the extent that it doesn't trust God. And the world goes through these cycles. The people of the world go through these cycles where they think they're in control. Governments think they're in control. People think they can control things. And for a season, they kind of think that they are. And then the Lord does something, just like He did in the time of the judges, to let them know that He is the Lord. And He's the one we find comfort in. Psalm 46 kind of addresses this theme, because it tells us God is our refuge and our strength. But in verse 4, we read this: "A river brings joy to the city of our God, the sacred home of the Most High." God's dwelling place is with us. God dwells in that city. It cannot be destroyed. That is such a place of peace and comfort for you and me. Because in the middle of all the mess that's going on around us, all the difficulties, whether it's the world governments or our own governments going off the rails, acting like they're in control, not giving honor to God, whether there's disasters and troubles and damage, relational hurt, God is there with us. There is a river who brings joy to the city of God. A river brings joy to the city of our God, the sacred home of the Most High. That's us. God dwells in that city. Cannot be destroyed. Jesus Christ has given His life that it cannot be destroyed. This theme of the flowing river, bringing peace and representing the life-giving wonder of God, we see it all throughout Scripture. I'm just going to read three passages. In Genesis 2, a river flowed in the land of Eden. This is while everything is still perfect. A river flowed from the land of Eden, watering the garden, and then dividing into 4 branches. And the next few verses describe that. But right at the beginning, this river brings stability, water, food, peace to the people of God. Then we read in Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd, I have all that I need. He lets me rest in green pastures. He leads me beside peaceful streams." Some say quiet waters, peaceful streams works well here. Again, that idea of this river of God bringing joy. And then the Bible ends in Revelation on this note. John says in chapter 22, verses 1 and 2, "Then the angel showed me a river with the water of life, clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb. It flowed down from the center of the main street. On each side of the river grew a tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, with a fresh crop each month. The leaves were used for medicine to heal the nations." What a beautiful promise. You see, in all the tumult, the turmoil, the chaos of the world that we live in, whether it's our own relational world, and people seem to be way out of control, or whether it's on the national scene, international scene, governments messing it up, or whether we see the devastation brought by storms, earthquakes, God is in the midst of us. We can know the joy of peace because the river of God brings joy, brings hope, brings courage. This beautiful line, this beautiful thought in Psalm 46 is meant to encourage us. The thumbnail tonight is of the St. Johns River. I've been blessed to spend many evenings there. And this particular image, you see the river quiet, see the reflections of the clouds, and it really indeed represents a river of joy. As we end this week, there is a river of joy that brings joy to the people of God. This river, it's the flowing power of God's Spirit, bringing life to us, connecting us. And the Psalms are all about what's to come. Probably the best place to understand the end times eschatology is to see the Psalms, because they know that the Lord's faithfulness is coming. The armies of God will bring us home. But he nourishes us. He cares for us with this river. Let me read this verse again, verse 4. A river brings joy to the city of our God, the sacred home of the Most High. God dwells in that city. It cannot be destroyed. Brothers and sisters, rest, knowing God's faithfulness is in that river that brings joy to your heart and to mine. You have a great day tomorrow. Happy Mother's Day to everyone. And we'll see you, on Lord willing, on Monday. Good night. Thank you so much for watching. It is such a huge encouragement.